Yes, we are having another day into my book, and today we are covering Ukraine and the Caucasus region, one of the probable areas for the prelims exams. This one is the map that gives us an idea about the Caucasus region. Let's focus on this part. This is Georgia. Capital is Tbilisi. Azerbaijan. Capital is Baku. Armenia. Capital is Yerevan. And this is Nexivan. This is part of Azerbaijan. And along with these three countries, we are having the part of Russia. Collectively, these four make Caucasus region. Let's see once again. Which are the Caucasus nations? Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Russia. Russia is a huge country, 180 lakh square kilometers in geographical expanse. And it touches three oceans, the Arctic, the Atlantic, and the Pacific. But a part of Russia is in the Caucasus region, the mountainous area, seismically disturbed area, rich in hydrocarbons. Dagestan, Chechnya, and so many other provinces of Russia are the part of Caucasus region. Let's see once again, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and Russia, a part of Russia, they make the Caucasus region. And which one is the mountainous system of this area? This is the Caucasus mountainous system. Since we know Alps is the part of mainland of Europe, and majorly Alps stretches between Italy and Switzerland. Urals make the boundary of Europe and Asia. Pyrenees separates Spain and France, the Iberian Peninsula and the mainland of Europe. Andorra is a part of Pyrenees, the country. So here answer is Caucasus. Which one of the following mountainous systems extend between Caspian Sea and Black Sea? That's the Caspian Sea. This is the Black Sea. And this is the Caucasus mountainous system. Right? Let's see in a broader perspective. Here we are having the Greater Caucasus region, the Lesser Caucasus region, and in between there is a river that goes like this. This is Kura river. Seismically disturbed, rich in hydrocarbons. This entire valley. Why this region is the geopolitical hotspot? Because it's having the hydrocarbons. It's having oil, natural gas. It's having the shale gas and oil. And somewhere over here in Russia part, we have the Mount Elbrus. This is the highest point of Europe. So this is the Kura river, the Greater Caucasus and the Lesser Caucasus, in between a low-lying area of Balsam a valley region that is abounding in hydrocarbons. This is Mount Elbrus, Caucasus Mountains, Russia, the highest peak of Europe. This is volcanic in nature. Let's see again the Greater Caucasus, the Lesser Caucasus. People of Russia call this region as Ciscaucasia, Transcaucasia, this one. And you can see the river Kura, it's going like that. And here there is a reservoir. There is a reservoir. This one is the reservoir, and this reservoir is named like Min Gakiba Reservoir. And it holds enough of water equivalent to the three rivers of Indian Punjab, Ravi, Byas, and Sutlej. Somewhat 18 cubic kilometers, 15 to 18 cubic kilometers. This much of the water is there only into this reservoir, that is the part of Kura River, Kura. Which river is this? That's going like this. This is the reservoir. This is Kura River. The capital Tbilisi is on the banks of Kura River. Baku, the capital city, is on the Caspian Sea. That is of Azerbaijan. And Yerevan, the capital city of Armenia, this is a part of the mountainous areas, the southern slopes of the Lesser Caucasus. This is Mount Elbrus. And in the local language, the mount is called Gora. Gora Elbrus, ELBRUS, 5642 meters in height. Right? This is Black Sea. Georgia is with the Black Sea. Azerbaijan is with Caspian Sea. Armenia is not with any sea. Russia is there with both Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. Let's move ahead. Again, let's see this Kura River. It's moving from west to east into Caspian Sea. The river Don discharges its water into Black Sea. The river Volga discharges its water into Caspian Sea. The river Kura discharges its water into Caspian Sea. Let's see once again. Now, this map is important. This is Abkhazia, an autonomous region with people of Russian origin, acts like an independent sovereign unit. This is South Ossetia, another autonomous sovereign unit. This is Adzaria, another autonomous sovereign unit. Earlier, these were part of Georgia. And you know, in 2008, Russia invaded Georgia the way Russia has invaded Ukraine in 2022. And that invasion is still going on. This is Azerbaijan. This portion, Nagorno-Karabakh, was earlier with Armenia. Now it has been captured by Azerbaijan. This is Nakhchivan. This is the part of Azerbaijan, but this is in between Iran and Armenia, and a part of it is touching Turkey also. So next one is a geographical land associated with Azerbaijan. Now let's see once again. This is Georgia with Black Sea. Azerbaijan with Caspian Sea. And Armenia is not having any coastline with Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. Upper part is Russia, that is having coastline both with Caspian Sea and Black Sea. Abkhazia is an autonomous region of Georgia. South Ossetia is an autonomous region of Georgia. Adzaria, this is the autonomous region of Georgia. Nagorno-Karabakh, earlier it belonged to Armenia, now it belongs to Azerbaijan. Next one belongs to Azerbaijan. Let's move ahead. Now this is the Caucasus region. This orange part is Caucasus region. Which one of the following is not a neighboring country of Armenia? This is Armenia. This one. Which one is not the neighboring country? Georgia is, yes. Azerbaijan, yes. Turkey and Iran, yes. Russia and Ukraine, no. So this is the answer. Can you name the countries sharing the waters of Aral Sea? This is Aral Sea. And the countries are Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Right? Let's see a couple of things here. This is Russia. This is Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Iran. These countries surround Caspian Sea. 5 countries surround Caspian Sea. Azerbaijan 1, Russia 2, Kazakhstan 3, Turkmenistan 4, Iran 5. How many countries are there in Caucasus region? 4, including Russia. How many countries surround Caspian Sea? 5. And the countries sharing the water of Aral Sea. This is Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Let's see ahead. Azerbaijan, Russia, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, and Iran have the coastline with one of the following water bodies, Caspian Sea. Just we have done the 5 countries surrounding it. Next. Which one of the following does not hold coastline with either of the two, the Caspian and the Black Sea? दोनों में से किसी एक की होनी चाहिए और किसकी दोनों में के साथ किसी के साथ भी नहीं है. That's Armenia. Azerbaijan has the coastline with Caspian Sea. Georgia with Black Sea. Russia with both Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. Armenia with none. Armenia with none. That's an answer. Russia has with both. Armenia has with none. If we take by either or, then Azerbaijan, Georgia, Russia have the coastline and Armenia is not having the coastline. Let's move ahead. Capital cities of the Caucasus nations. First one is Moscow, that's Russia. Tbilisi is of Georgia. Yerevan is of Armenia. Baku is of Azerbaijan. And the answers are written at the bottom. And we can recall that this Baku oil field once contributing 50% of the total oil output of Soviet Union. And this Soviet Union was a political entity between 1922 and 1991. Now let's see this very tricky question. Ukraine shares its international boundary with 7 countries. Let's name these 7 countries. Names are written over there. Let's mark it. The very first one is Belarus. Second one is Russia. Move this way. Third one is Romania, Moldova, Hungary, Slovakia, Poland. 7 countries make the international boundary with Ukraine. This question had already been asked. They had given Bulgaria in an option. Bulgaria is having coastline with Black Sea, but no international boundary with Ukraine. You can see Bulgaria is very southwards. Let's see the list of the countries that are not nuclear but have nuclear weapons. Belarus carries the nuclear weapon on the behalf of Russia, CSTO. Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Turkey, and Germany carry on the behalf of NATO. The defense alliances. We have this map. Let's see the countries. Let's see the countries. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. This is Belarus, Turkey, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium. These 6 countries are nuclear weapon sharing states in orange color. These 5 are carrying on the behalf of NATO 20 into 5 means 100, and Belarus is carrying 50 nukes on the behalf of CSTO. Now see here, there are 4 major rivers. 4 major rivers. This is a river Donetsk. This is river Desna. This is a river Dnieper. This is river Southern Bug, and this is the river Dniester. Dniester also starts with D. Dnieper also starts with D. There are 5 rivers which start with D and ends up into Black Sea. Don, Donetsk, Dnieper, Dniester, Danube. There are so many other rivers starting with D. Desna is also there. So this is Donetsk. This is Dnieper, Southern Bug. This is Dniester. These are the rivers written there on that part. All these rivers belong to Ukraine. Just mind it. There's another river there that comes from that side and ends up there into this Sea of Azov. This is River Don, where this river Donetsk enter into it. This river Don ends up, discharges its water into Sea of Azov. And Sea of Azov is part of Black Sea. Let's move ahead. Mountainous system along the western flank. That's the Carpathian on the western side. And rest of the Ukraine is having the grasslands. Which grasslands? The temperate grasslands, the steppes. How do they look like? See here, this entire Ukraine has two dominant colors, golden yellow color on this side that represents the steppes grasslands and the wheat crop ready to be harvested. Ukraine is the breadbasket, the way the prairies lands are the breadbasket, these steppes are also the breadbasket. And the upper part, that's blue, sky. The flag of Ukraine is having two colors, the yellow and the sky blue. The grasslands and the skies, blue skies. These grasslands have been replaced by the wheat crop. The wheat crop, golden yellow in color, ready to be harvested, and the blue skies in the background. That's what we see on the flag of Ukraine. Now, this is another beautiful question. This is River Don, part of Russia, entering into Sea of Azov, and River Donets enters into it. This is all coal producing area. This is River Volga, and that ends up into Caspian Sea. Both these rivers are connected with each other through canals. Europe is a continent where you can approach any of the oceans, Arctic, Atlantic, or the Mediterranean Sea, Black Sea or the Caspian Sea. All the canals are, all the rivers are connected with the canals. This River Volga and River Don are connected. Once again, River Volga goes into Caspian, River Don goes into Black Sea, but before it enters into Sea of Azov. Now this is another beautiful map. This is the bridge that has been connected with the Russian mainland and the Crimean Peninsula. There is a strait across that this bridge has been made that is called Kerch Strait. This is isthmus that is called Perikop Isthmus. And this is the strait. Now, this question that we have to keep in mind, Kerch Strait connects Sea of Azov and Black Sea. Kerch Strait separates Crimean Peninsula and the Russian mainland. Isthmus of Perikop connects Crimean Peninsula with the mainland of Ukraine. Or it disconnects the Sea of Azov and the Black Sea. Now look at the question, which one of the following straits? Which one of the following straits joins Sea of Azov and Black Sea? This is Kerch Strait. This one, Kerch Strait. Since we know the Bosporus Strait connects Black Sea and the Marmara. Dardanelles, Marmara and the Aegeans. Bonifacio separates Corsica and the Sardinia. Corsica is of France and Sardinia is of Italy. Let's move ahead. This is Black Sea. It is surrounded by 6 countries. Bulgaria, Romania, not by Moldova, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, Turkey. Turkey is on both ends of Bosporus Strait. No Serbia, no Macedonia, no Moldova. 6 countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, Turkey, and Bulgaria. Surrounding Black Sea. Just mind it. Bulgaria does not share international boundary with Ukraine. Bulgaria has a coastline with Black Sea. Let's see this question first. Which one of the following countries has coastline with Black Sea? Greece? No. Serbia? No. Macedonia and Moldova? No. None of the above is the answer. Can you name the isthmus? This one. This is Crimean Peninsula, Black Sea, Ukrainian mainland. This is Isthmus of Perikop. Perikop Isthmus. Can you define it? Yes. A narrow stretch of land connecting Ukraine mainland and Crimean Peninsula. You know that after the Second World War, in which 6 crore people died, 2 conferences took place, one in the month of Feb 1945, second in the month of July 1945, before the dropping of nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. One was the Potsdam Conference, that was the second one. The first one was the Yalta Conference. Potsdam Conference took place in East Germany, Brandenburg State. Yalta Conference took place in Crimean Peninsula, because that's the known for luxuries and luxurious resorts. Crimean Peninsula is the answer there. Now see, where is this Crimean Peninsula? This is the Crimean Peninsula. That is connected with the Ukraine mainland by the by the Isthmus of Perikop. It is separated from the Russian mainland by the Strait of Kerch, K-E-R-C-H. Now this is the last slide. This person is Nikita Khrushchev. He was in the power between 1953 and 1964. In 1964, Nikita Khrushchev was replaced by Leonid Brezhnev. And Brezhnev was in the power till 1982. And he died, Nikita Khrushchev died in 1971. He was under house arrest. This person is Ukrainian by descent, had given the Crimean Peninsula to Ukraine in 1954. And Vladimir Putin had taken the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine in 2014. This situation would not have occurred if Ukraine had towed line of Russia. Georgia did not tow line of Russia. See how many autonomous regions it is having? 3. At Zaria, South Ossetia, Abkhazia. Now, a larger part of Ukraine has been captured, and a referendum took place, 98%, 99%, and the parts captured preferred to stay along with Russia, and the lands were annexed forever. Amputation of Ukraine had taken place. Ukraine is the passage to approach the heartland of Russia. And Russia will never allow the peddling of geopolitical interests of the rest of the world into the grasslands or steppes of Ukraine. This is the only corridor that exposes the soft belly of Russia. Now, this was the part on Ukraine and the Caucasus. In the next class, we will be there with South Asia, Southeast Asia, and South China Sea. Thank you.